Hello, I'm back. We're inside now. I've got my basket full of sunshine. While I was out there, you might have noticed yesterday I had one of my dill plants was looking a little sad. So I trimmed it back and I kept the flower heads. You don't know if you can see, but they're starting to go to seed. So especially like this one, you can really see that it's going to seed, the little brown seeds. So I am putting that, I put them on a paper plate so they can dry out, and then I can shake the seeds out. And I did save what dill was still green and good, and I froze that for when I pickle whatever I pickle, such as peppers and cucumbers. And then I have my dehydrator here, and I'm going to start with putting the bottom tray on, and we're going to start putting our little rays of sunshine. I like to dry them whole flowers, and I just put the stem part down in the dehydrator because I think it's easier to pull the flowers off. I do have one here somewhere that I had dried. Here's one that I had air dried. So now that it's all dry, it's much easier to pull those petals off because the petals are what you want. And that's what I'll save and for further future use. My herbs, and I'm trying to use, like I said, as much as possible. This year it was starting an herb garden. For the last 2 years I've been doing just the vegetable garden and growing as much as I could, doing as much preserving as I can from my own garden and from our local fruit and veggie stands, our farm stands, so that as much throughout the year as possible we can use the homegrown or locally grown produce. We on top of that we get a quarter beef every year. We've started. This is our second year of getting a quarter locally raised beef, and we have our quail. I made breakfast casserole this morning with our quail eggs, and then crushed up my quail shells and sprinkled them around my tomato plants. To nourish them. Your tomato plants love like eggshells. That calcium is great for your tomatoes. And right now we're going through with how I am harvesting and growing and harvesting the herbs, but my plan is to go in further and bring you along for the journey as to how I use the herbs as well. So you can see I am not a doctor by any means, but if there are herbs that you'd like to explore, or conditions you'd like me to help you find herbs to explore using, we definitely can. I would, before you follow anything, take your own precautions. I don't know what allergies any of you might have. I know what me and my family can tolerate. Calendula is a pretty mild herb. It helps. You can make a great salve with it. It's very healing. And I'm sure we'll be doing much more of it with it throughout the summer here. But this is my first big harvest from the plants this year. And I figured I'd bring you along. And you can see me set this up to dehydrate them. And you can tell how much, like these, they're lovely. They're almost sticky to the touch with the pollen and oils and stuff in them. So here we have our dehydrator all nice and full. 3 levels of calendula. I'm going to go ahead and put my dehydrator top on here, and I'm going to plug it in. I'll wait till I turn the video off to plug it in because it gets loud, but I would like to continue to bring you along on my herbal journeys. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day.